I'm here at Utah Trikes. My name is Matt with the Jayoe Nation, and I have ridden trikes all around the world. This thing is a culmination of a lot of traveling, a lot of decision making, a lot of refinement, and I basically come upon this. Yeah. You run Utah Trikes, so tell me a little bit about my trike as far as the Ti-FLY X brand.
Yeah, so AZUB, they make probably one of the most fantastic trikes available.
Yep.
And especially if you're looking for a full suspension trike. Their front suspension is very unique with the titanium leaf springs on there.
Yep.
You know, so a lot of European trikes, they emphasize folding and the ability to transport your trike. And this trike here really folds a lot. There's different fold mechanisms. There's that hinge in the bottom, the rear swing arm can fold, all the wheels can come off.
So I've flown with this trike a number of times back and forth to Europe. One of the times I rode in Europe, I rode to Rome. And I had to find a bike shop that would allow me some time and an Allen key. And that's basically all I needed.
Sure. Time,
a box, and an Allen key. I have like a more heavy duty leaf spring.
Yeah, you got the heavy leaf spring.
The bottom leaf.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the amount of meat that they cut out of that titanium leaf spring, it allows more and more flexion. So you have some variance there.
Yeah, and that's actually kind of a cool thing where they're not just relying on the flex of the titanium itself. Yeah. They've got those dampeners there to control how much it flexes.
I have 3 chain rings on the front, but one of them is blocked off. And I asked for it from AZUB when I built it, but they said that because of the torque rating puts a lot of strain on my Rohloff speed hub, which is interesting, we'll talk about it in a second, they blocked it off. So if I really need it, I can remove this little block here right next to the chain ring and utilize it, but they were like, only break glass in case of emergency, you know?
You haven't needed it yet.
I have not needed it yet. My legs I have trike legs, so, you know, take that as you will. Well, we're up here on the front. I have the Kneesaver extenders and catalyst pedals. The catalyst pedals, I get a lot of people are curious about those. The surface area on them is big.
Yeah, these are huge pedals.
Yeah, they got enough grip. I ride barefoot, but you might not be able to ride barefoot with those. They dig into your feet a little bit, but I don't clip in, and I like to have a lot of surface area to move my feet around so that I don't get like numb toes and stuff like that, which I used to get on my first ride when I clipped in.
Up front here, one more thing, you've got this headlight.
Yep.
And you know, that's not something that we see a lot of in the US is a generator-driven headlight.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, that's really common in Europe.
Yeah.
And in the US here, we mostly see battery-powered headlights.
I always forget to turn the headlight on.
Sure.
And especially when I was riding through Asia, you know, Ho Chi Minh and, you know, Phnom Penh, these busy, crazy metropolis at night, I wanted to make sure that I was standing out. And obviously you stand out when you're riding the thing, but lights are really important. So when I talked with AZUB, I said, can you incorporate a dynamo into one of the wheels? So I have on my left side front a dynamo. It's a Sun Hub Dynamo.
Yeah.
And if that wheel's turning, my lights are on.
As soon as you start rolling it, that light starts flicking on.
And the odd thing is that I don't know where the battery is, but that light stays on even after the wheel.
It's got a capacitor inside of it.
Inside the light or inside the hub?
So basically it's inside the light. So you'll notice like when you first start rolling,
it'll
it flickers a little bit and then it's charging that capacitor up and then it maintains a little bit of charge.
Because it stays on for quite a long time. I was always really impressed with that. I just have Big Ben Schwab tires. Those are my favorite. I like Schwab Marathon Plus for my previous trike, the 20s, but the big form factor of the Ti-FLY X. By the way, Ti-FLY X, basically the thing that sets it apart is the titanium leaf spring suspension and the 3 26-inch wheels.
Right, yeah, those big wheels up front.
Those big wheels. Most trikes, if this is the first time you're seeing this is pretty special. Most of the time you've got 20-inch in the front or 20 all around, and it sits a lot lower to the ground. So this is a big, beefy, amazing recumbent trike.
Yeah, and most people that are looking at the Ti-FLY X, they're looking for a trike that's mostly off-road.
Yeah.
I know that you're not primarily an off-road rider, so you've got all this extra comfort built in.
Exactly.
Having the bigger wheels, having the bigger tires on there. I mean, these big bend tires are huge.
When you're rolling on, you know, you're chewing up road that if you had smaller tires would send you
Right.
bouncing and rolling. Whereas the big wheels, you kind of roll over everything. Plus, I'm 6'2", 188 centimeters, so this just fits me better.
Sure.
Just my human frame, you know what I mean? Disc brakes in the front two wheels.
Now you've got one-handed brake levers.
I designed my trike so that when I get into it, I can access all of my camera gear,
Right.
and I can film, and I can steer, shift, and brake all with one hand. To be honest, this arm is a little bit redundant, you know, because even when I'm flying the drone, I'm using, you know, one hand free and maybe my mouth. Or actually, it's not redundant because when I drive and fly my drone at the same
You're
time,
the
I use my
elbows.
elbows and I fly the drone.
Setting this trike up one-handed, that's actually a pretty common thing, you know, because there's people that have limited use of one hand.
Yep.
And so how do you feel that this steers with just one hand?
Well, my first trike didn't have one-handed braking. I had to learn that, you know.
Okay.
That was something I changed later. And it's really nice, especially when you're in a mountain road and it's weaving, when you can use one brake to kind of pull you into a turn and another to pull you into the other way. Now, obviously, I had to weigh those options and say it was more important for me to have one hand free to record. And after playing with it and having fun with it, it is a little bit of a loss, but being able to have one hand and have both equally brake at the same time,
Sure.
you got a lot of stopping power as well.
Yeah.
You know, it feels good because sometimes when you're gripping both and you're panicking or something, if you brake with one hand fully,
Yeah.
you're going to send yourself off into the ditch. You know what I mean?
So you have one dual lever.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, it's pretty nice.
Now, one thing before we start moving back too far, and I know we talked about this a little bit, you've got something a little special here that we're not going to see anymore.
Yeah.
So,
Now, I built this trike in Czechia with the team at AZUB.
Yeah.
And one of the things I really loved was their anodized components.
Right.
And they're sprinkled throughout the whole
Right.
trike. You've got them in the kingpin assembly, you got them in the titanium leaf springs assembly, you've got levers for the folding hinge and in the back.
Lever, everything. Yeah.
And it just so happened to be the exact same color as
Matches
my
your
catalyst
pedals,
pedals. But they have drifted away from that, and so you're not going to see those little red accents anymore. They've switched to black because it's more universal.
To be clear, they're still doing all of this fantastic CNC machining.
Just
It's
the anodizing
black
color.
now, so it's not red.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that definitely is going to become a unique feature of your trike, is that people are going to go, oh, he's got the red. He's an old timer.
If you like it, then
Yeah.
you'll just have to take a picture of my trike when
Sorry,
I pass by.
Yeah.
Before we leave the wheels completely, also I have Fenders,
Yeah.
which, I mean, there's some trike riders, they don't like them, you know, especially, you know, you're mud bogging and stuff like that. But as a tour rider who's riding long stretches on roads and whatnot, I like to have the Fenders, especially when you turn in and you're not like inundating yourself with mud and gook. I also have the stand-up assist bars. And a lot of people are like, well, you don't have trouble, you know, getting up and out of your trike, that's what their purpose is allow people a chance to, you know, settle into their trike. Like you grab the stand-up assist bars and you just sort of get in. But for me, they give me a chance to mount my side view mirrors, which I don't know, if you don't mount side view mirrors, I don't know how you exist, because I love to be able to know.
You gotta have mirrors.
I love to know what's going on, but there's a lot of people that ride without mirrors.
Yeah, we always tell people, like, that is your first safety thing that you need. You've got to have mirrors. You have to know what's going on behind you.
And you can have one mirror on the driving side, like where all the cars are, but I like to have the other one looking at the curb, you know, so that I can kind of see maybe somebody on a sidewalk or someone coming up. I like to have both of them. And the other cool thing about the AZUB version of the stand-up assists is that they go directly into the kingpin.
Yeah.
So when you turn them, you turn the trike itself. So like if you wanted to walk this into a hotel or something, you can kind of grab this stand-up assist bar. It's a really good handle. The HP ones grab the actual tube
section.
Yeah, and so those literally you can't turn the trike with them. So that's just sort of like a one thing.
So have you found that the fenders and the assist bars, do they hinder your traveling at all? Like because you're pulling your trike on and off every day of your van, sometimes you're folding it. Does that cause any issues for you?
If anything, they help because it keeps the cover that I wrap around off the wheels themselves.
Okay.
And so they kind of like tent poles keep the thing kind of out, especially the stand-up assist. They kind of help to give the cover a chance to billow instead of like getting wrapped inside things and maybe the wind ripping it. So, and then these mirrors just fold in, so that's kind of how I drive with them. So AZUB changed their whole branding scheme, and they had this really sharp AZUB, which was pretty cool, but they sort of went with an upgrade, and so they have this lowercase AZUB and the new logo. And so with the new logo, they got to rebrand everything. So I got the new stickers on my trike as well as the new branded seat cover. This is the Dream Seat.
There's a lot of different pads here. You got 9 different padded sections, and they're different shapes. So like right here in the front, it
ramps up a little bit.
So it kind of scoops you in.
Yep.
But it's still soft.
And depending on how you adjust your seat, AZUB has a lot of variables with regards to how your seat position can be. If you have it tilted down a little bit, it kind of scoops you up, and it gives you a little bit more cushion where it matters. You know what I mean?
Yep.
The seat can actually move on the base part forward and backward, which is sort of a rarity with a lot of trikes. Yeah. And it has the seat stays in the back that can be adjusted for inclination and declination. So you can do this, and then you can do this.
Well, and the nice thing too, and we were talking about this the other day, is that those seat stays have settings on them so that once you lock in your seat position, you can pull that seat on and off and get the same position.
Exactly. Those
time.
studs will make sure that you put it in the exact same position every time. Yeah. This trike has something called indirect steering, which is something I love. I mean, what is the industry? Is it about 50-50? Direct, indirect with all the brands?
It's really manufacturer specific.
I mean, some manufacturers really like the direct steering, and some, like AZUB, they like to have that indirect steering.
Yeah, you find the indirect steering a lot more common on the European brands.
Okay.
It has less to do with how the trike handles and more of where you like your handlebar positions, is what I find.
I mean, I like to have my handlebars back a little bit, and I like to be able to, I don't know, for me it feels a little bit more firm when I'm turning it. And especially when you're going at high speeds, I tend to feel like direct steering gets a little squirrely. And like if you're turning, it's a little bit personal feeling, you know? Whereas this, it's almost automotive in design, you know?
Yeah, it depends on the trike, you know?
Right.
Yeah, we definitely see people tend to have their preferences.
If we move back underneath the actual seat frame itself, I have bag mounts. You could see these two bags here are the Ortlieb handlebar bags, and these are like my favorite thing. I have my big touring bags, but to be honest, I could remove those and I could go on a fairly extended tour as long as the weather's nice and I don't need like big heavy jackets or anything. And everything on this is like at the ready at all times. So I can ride without even looking. I don't have to reach back here. I can just reach in my bag, grab, you know, a beer, vodka, heroin, whatever, you know, just joking. But I could grab my cameras and I could be like literally recording myself within a second. And then on this side is my flying side. So I have my drone, you know, and I can literally pedal, open the drone, launch the drone, land the drone, put it back in, and almost don't even have to stop in many cases, which is awesome. You know, that's so cool. And they're easy to detach and connect on.
Yeah, one button, right?
One button.
One button, they pop right off.
And they lock, but I never lock them. But you can lock them if you want to, you know. So AZUB's kind of unique in the fact that they seed all of the cabling through the handlebar, and it comes out and over and around instead of up from the bottom. So the shifting mechanism here would be the other way on other trikes. Right. So it's super clean because it leaves this whole area open. There's no cabling kind of like flying around and invading your space in any way.
Yeah, it's basically like if you had a regular bike handlebar in front of you and you just rotated it.
Yeah.
So your brake mechanism and your shifter and everything is exactly.
It's exactly the way it would have been.
They have this kind of unique up and over cable flow.
Yep.
Where I find people either are okay with it or they hate it. You've got the AZUB headrest mounted on the back there.
Yep.
And that's pretty adjustable.
Yep.
So most of the time when you're riding, are you riding with a helmet?
No.
Okay.
I ride with this.
Okay.
Take it. I recommend helmets, obviously, but I ride through a lot of
that's
Asia.
part of your image, though.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I mean, I carry a helmet with me, and I use it when I might have to jump on a highway, which sometimes you have to. You know, like on a really busy highway. I remember riding into Kuala Lumpur in Malaysia, and I was like merging with another road, and then another road merged with, and before I knew it, I went from a country road to like a five lane, full-on crazy highway. Wow. And I was like, get the helmet out and I'll put this on. You know, I don't know how much it's going to do for me, but it's there. The other cool thing about the seat cover is that they have the pocket in the back, and the pocket in the back is segmented. Yeah. So you have inner pockets within the main pocket, so you can put your wallet or your keys or some bigger things. I have a pump, an air pump, you know, that's in my back, and that's very nice as well. So that's super cool.
Great.
Let's take a look at the back. I'm going to remove these. These are, unfortunately, if you can find one of these, you should buy one, because like Ortlieb discontinued this type of recumbent pannier bag. So I liked it because it follows the shape of the trike. I don't like it because it's duffel bag style. I'm not a big fan of duffel bag. Loose. It's just a mess. I used to have the RD60s from Arkle. But they just weren't as water resistant as Ortlieb.
Well, Ortlieb is renowned for their water resistance.
You can float this down the river, you know what I mean?
Right.
But what it's hiding is super cool. This is the AZUB King Rack. Yep. And the King Rack is a beast. So if you have a Ti-FLY X and you want to have a full loading capability, that's more than just side to side, because they have the side to side racks. Yep. But if you want to go over the wheel, they have to have because there's so much travel on the 26-inch that this is like the rack that's designed for you to go over your 26-inch wheel. And I mean, I have my dynamo powers the rear tail light as well. But you can mount here, you can mount here, you can mount low as you want if that's your preference, and you've got this table on top that you can put and strap whatever you want. I would recommend not putting too much weight over the top rack, because obviously the center of balance on this trike is already raised up. Yeah. And you don't want to move that up too much more. I keep all my heaviest stuff down towards the bottom.
Yeah. So then talking about this rear swing arm, you just showed how much travel we've got here. I mean, this thing's insane.
Your boy Jan helped me out with that on your system. Yeah. Like they have a pump system for adjusting and tweaking the rear air shock.
Yeah, so we got this pretty well calibrated, and hopefully we taught you how to calibrate it too.
Because it's a science.
And that is gonna, you know, when you're fully loaded, you've got this air shock back here that you can adjust so that you can always have that smooth ride.
You should have Jan do a full tutorial on that, because that was really neat. Good. Because basically dialing in your rear air shock is a science. It's almost like you bring it up to pressure, then you take the pressure off a little bit, and then you have about a quarter of the length of the piston should be decompressed when you're
it's a little bit different than you would on a bike. Yeah. So, and then you've got on your shock a lockout.
Right. So if you're on like a road that's not like you don't really care so much about the suspension, you just want a clean ride. Yeah. You lock that thing out and you're rigid. Right. And all of that power you're putting into the pedals is going right to the wheels, as opposed to like sagging. Hills. Yeah.
Makes a huge difference climbing hills.
Right. This Rohloff is like an OG for me. So it was on the original trike, the second trike, and we relocated it to this trike. And
so it started its life as the heart of a 20-inch wheel, and now it's got this beautiful 26-inch big bend surrounding it.
Right, right.
And how many miles would you say you got on your roll-off here?
Maybe 30,000.
30,000 miles, guys. Yeah. That's what we're always telling people. Like, in my opinion, I don't think that there is a better piece of cycling engineering out there. The roll-off is a proven gear system.
It's so reliable.
Right.
And listen, I mean, if you've never tried it, it is insane how you get to the bottom of a hill and you're in a gear that you're dreading leaving that hill,
and
right?
You have 5 more gears.
And right.
Right.
And then with the roll-off, you just, and then you're ready to go.
Right.
It's that easy, as opposed to like, how am I going to pedal out of here without looking like an idiot? You know, like.
Well, the nice thing about the roll-off, you can shift when you're stopped.
Yeah,
like
that's
you
what
just
I mean.
did. You
Yeah.
just shifted, guys.
I'm 14.
Yep. Yeah.
I'm first gear.
Yeah.
It's done.
You
know.
can shift when you're pedaling.
So
you
nice.
can shift when you're coasting.
Well, not when you're pedaling.
Well,
under torque, you shouldn't shift
not
under torque.
too hard.
Right,
but
right,
yeah.
right.
Only thing I think we skipped over just a little bit, we kind of hinted at it, is that hinge on the bottom.
Oh yeah.
So,
yeah.
Would you mind
really
to flip your trike over a little bit?
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, let's just flip this over just
Here,
a
hold
little
on. Let me
bit.
take bags off.
Oh, let's pull the bags off. One button, guys.
Yeah.
Pull.
Okay, flip it over.
Okay, we're gonna flip this over. So here's the cool thing with AZUB. So a lot of people don't need to fold ever.
Right.
So they don't need that hinge, because this hinge is a precision piece
Milled.
of CNC milling
Magic.
Yeah, it is. And the cool part is that it is something that somebody could buy a trike without the hinge and then add it later.
Yep, yep. Or if they somehow, I don't know how it's possible, but damage the hinge.
Yeah.
You could literally buy another hinge and pop it in its place. I had a Scorpion 20FS, and that hinge mechanism, I think they've changed it since,
Yeah.
but that hinge mechanism, it ground, and the hinge like worked itself loose.
Yeah.
And it was part of the frame, so I could never repair it, and I had to deal with it forever. And it was a failure point on that trike. Whereas when I was introduced to this by AZUB, I was just like, oh my God, a removable.
Yeah, removable, and it's oversized.
Oversized.
It's quite a bit bigger than the actual tubing that is going on.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah, it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and then again, just while we have your trike on its side here, you can see these beautiful quick release levers for that seat. So like you said, you can move those on the fly.
Yep, you just let this loose, unloosen it, and it can slide. The slide is what, about 6 inches?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, right about that.
It really can move quite a bit forward and backwards. So yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's easy to like dial in that comfort as you're riding.
Yep.
You go, hey, I'm riding, and oh, I just want to move half an inch or move your handlebars. Any of this part of this trike is adjustable.
It's a given that you're going to ride this thing and you're going to find out, oh, I want to move. I want to do this little thing. I mean, AZUB, when they sell you a trike, they get your height, and they figure out basically what your leg length is, and they try to dial it in when they manufacture it. But you're always going to want to tweak it a little bit. That's why when you buy it at the shop, you know, they're going to help you to kind of figure that out.
Well, I'm so happy that you shared this with us
Yeah,
today.
totally.
Yeah, so I am excited to hear about your next 30,000 miles on this beast.
Me too.
And maybe whatever it becomes. I know the roll-off will still be part of it.
Yep.
So
yeah. 100 years from now,
100 years
I'll be riding
from now.
it'll be my flying car, you know, or flying bike, you know, that you pedal and it like propels it, but it'll still have that roll-off as the heart.
Well, in AZUB, they may change their branding again. They may become Booza.
Yeah.
And, you know, flip backwards, and now, well, we'll still have the roll-off.
I think the beer will be Beerza.
Beerza, yeah.
Actually, just AZUB is the owner of the company. His name is Alesh, and his last name starts with Z. And then UB is Uherski Brod.
Right.
So that's a city that it was born in. And it's a really common thing in Europe. That's like IKEA. IK is the owner, EA is the place.
Yeah.
So that's kind of why AZUB is spelled AZUB, just kind of.
Well, that's why we named it Utah Trikes, because we live in Utah. Not because my name's Utah.
Wouldn't that be cool if your name was Utah or whatever? All right, cool. If you're interested in checking out this trike a little bit more, you go to Utah Trikes, and they actually have like a 360-degree rotating graphic, which is pretty cool.
360 degree.
Yeah.
We waited till it was all cleaned up and tuned up, then we did 360 of it. So it's right there with the specs of your trike on there.
So I take this trike and I lift it up every day and I hang it on the back of my van.
Yeah.
And that's how I travel with it. I have 2 one-up racks that I've adapted on the back of my van, and I carry it around with me. And you were wondering how heavy it was.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess 85 pounds.
I'm gonna guess that this thing probably, because I lift it every day, is about 75 pounds. Actually, let me show you me lift it right now. Can you lift this?
I'm sure I can lift it.
But like over your head.
Oh, I don't know about that. No, I don't think I'm gonna try that. So
I have the method. So I grab the king rack on the base, I lift it up, I grab the middle, and then I pivot it.
Okay.
And now I can put it on the back of my van. So there will be a day where I won't be able to do that anymore. But yeah, let's see how heavy it is.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's take it to the scale.
Cool.
All right.
What do you hang it? Or, okay. Will all 3 wheels fit on it?
Good. Gonna be close.
It's got a wide wheelbase.
All right, Matt, so here's the moment of truth here.
Let's see.
We've got our shipping scale that we use. It's calibrated every 30 days. Just calibrated last week, so it should be pretty accurate.
Will they all, okay, perfect.
Yeah.
Let me lock the wheels.
Okay. Let's see. We're gonna back up here. We're gonna look.
The reveal.
Oh, damn.
Oh, 74.
All right.
Okay.
Well, guys, looks like Matt knows this trike.
Yeah,
right?
You would think that I would.
Yeah,
I hope I do.
Would, right? Yeah.
I literally have to lift this on the back of my van every single day.
I'm used to the trikes with the motors, so.
Yeah, that makes sense. That totally makes sense. 74 pounds.
All right.
Hey guys, thanks for watching the episode. If you're interested in following along on the Van and Trike Tour, check out my Map My Travels map in the description below. It shows the path I'm taking, and it'll be updated with dates as I progress along the route. The map was built on an app designed by my friend Tice, and it's something that I've been using since I started cycling around Asia almost a decade ago. Upload routes, customize your points, and even attach videos and images to each point. It's a fun way to share your journey, and it's available now if you're interested. Tice is offering a 50% discount on a coupon code that you can get by capturing the QR code on the screen or just by clicking in the links below. It's a great way to share your tour and help out a fellow cycle traveler. Thanks again, and catch you in the next episode.